It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Cole Kmet. He burned the defense a week ago to the tune of 139 yards. It's the Chargers and the Dolphins on Thursday night primetime.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Chargers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Chargers coming into play. Their offense is one that doesn't rely too heavily on just one guy. They like to spread things around as best they can.
You're right about that. It's a diverse unit, and they like to run their offense by what they call game plan, meaning each and every week they study the opponent, they probe its weaknesses, and they move the ball around that way. They emphasize who's going to get it based on what they think they'll accomplish in that game. Other teams, they're a system team. They're going to run what they run no matter what. I like this style of offense. It suits them well.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. It's Josh Allen that'll be orchestrating the offense, a 6'5 quarterback from Wyoming. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Allen now looks to throw. Thomas has got it, complete. A look at the numbers for Thomas from a week ago. 6 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now former 6th-round pick, it's Elijah Mitchell. Nifty footwork at the 45. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here come the Chargers as they get set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. This defense for the Dolphins, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 27 yards there, a first down.
Good job They're getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The Chargers had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Lance. Wide open, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Taylor, touchdown, Chargers. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful. And that strength was on display there. Checks this one down. It's Mitchell. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A.J. Epinesa, the one credited for the sack. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks. So a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles, and they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Allen. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Chargers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, that's the drag. That guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Back to Taylor on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full selection. You called that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Here's Allen to throw it. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A 3-yard. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. 1st down, here's Mitchell. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And now they'll throw with Allen. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From midfield, here's Allen. Oh, there's a nice move by Robinson. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 37. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Allen. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Allen's throw is complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
They certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he will find Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Folk connects on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach it. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield creating extra blocks for them.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lance. He's got this to Pickens. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And Lance now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Taylor. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well inside the 25. Again, it's Lance. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Dolphins are going to... as they'll start... 24-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to.
So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have the show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Some great games still to come. And I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as they'll be forced to reckon with the Las Vegas Raiders. In the late afternoon games, one of the best of the bunch will be at Soldier Field in Chicago, where it'll be the Bears taking on the Denver Broncos. And
message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Lance's throw here into the hands of Moore. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful. running into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing now is Lance. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Taylor again. And he will get in across the chalk for the Chargers touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
From the 29, Allen on the slant, complete to Michael Thomas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a 1st down. Throwing now is Allen. Flushed out right. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st. To throw, it's Allen. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it's 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime Minks had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, you pointed out to me at half, seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus and stand on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 22-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They run over center with Mitchell. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. But once again, it's Mitchell. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. Now Allen, gotta have this one. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Charger defense stands tall and they get the football back. So here are the Chargers to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Striker, 3-3. Little striker. 3-3.
Here's Lance. Open man is Komet, the tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And that's going to be good for a Chargers 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence and playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 77 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Again, it's Taylor. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Now they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
Trying to punch it in with Taylor. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. At first glance, I wasn't sure he got it. Then I saw that spot. Definitely a 1st down.
It was, but boy, on the other side, you dispute it a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you all the time, don't just get what you need, get a little bit more, and take the decision out of the hands of the official.
There he needed a yard. He got a yard and maybe an inch. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. The objective there, and yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Taylor. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
On the set.
They'll run here with Taylor. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his third touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Chargers are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Tyler Bass now for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Josh Allen in the offense now. Down by 2 touchdowns. A minute 46 to go. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. He's got a man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he gets this to the 35, good for a gain of 5. Throwing is Allen. Rolling to his left. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. First down now with that clock rolling. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here's Allen. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
Boy, this crowd is on pins and needles now, because anytime you see the ball heading for the end zone, you really hold your breath, and they come out of their seats. That one falls incomplete.
One final try here for Allen. Being chased out left. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. That one looks like he'll throw here. Pickens is there on the crossing route. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Lance. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Chargers, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they drop below 500 to 2-.
Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when the QB chain birthed most of the chains in the game? No post office, we stamping time. Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pies, family size. Leather bombers and Nikes and Kais, dangerous corners, you better pray that tomorrow arrive. Rap, Sugar Ray Robinson, nothing sweet. Y'all too out of shape to even box with me. Heavyweight, I know my way around the ring. Just like Shorty know her way around the storm. Making hits with Hit Boy, all he gotta do is hit record. Record breaking news, had to show up just to fill a void. Confused boy, little boys, y'all better keep your poise. Leave me out of the weasel. Be cool when you see me, I'm hot at all.